Welcome to Jobs One at UCSD TV. We're happy to have you with us. And we're doing a couple of new segments starting today on various career paths that UCSD Extension provides. And we want you to be aware of what opportunities there are in these career paths. So we're starting with what I call green jobs. And Bob, my guest, Bob Gilleskie, will tell you the details of it. But Bob has more than 30 years experience in energy management and power quality, including 20 years at SDG&E here in San Diego, and served as Director of Engineering at the California Center for Sustainable Energy. He's authored numerous articles on power quality and energy technology and lectured on the topics in Europe and the United States. Bob teaches Introduction to Sustainability within the Sustainable Business Practices Certificate, and has also just written a book that we're going to ask about. So Bob, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us about your newest book that is just out, literally.
I self-published it in April of this year, called Lighting the Way, Providing Leadership in Sustainable Development. And real quickly, several years ago, after having worked in the area of energy primarily for 35 years, I was surprised to find out that the energy efficiency of the nation as a whole was only 13%.
Wow.
And I began to wonder, why is this so? I knew how much money we had spent at SDG&E, how all the efforts in society to promote energy efficiency, and I came to the conclusion that it's a matter of leadership. I then proceeded to find a leadership definition that would be appropriate, and I came up one by Dwight Eisenhower. It's leadership is the art of getting someone else to do what you want done because he wants to do it. And then I proceeded from there to write the book.
Make it their idea.
Make it their idea, precisely. And so I developed 7 leadership traits that would work toward that goal, and I worked on the book 3 or 4 years, and like I said, just published it back in April.
Okay, we're not going to give you a pop quiz on all 7, but give us the 2 or 3 most important.
At the top of the list is communication, being whether it be written or an oral. Then I go on from that to talk about vision. A lot of people look to their leaders to have vision. The last 3 are normally ones you don't normally see, though. One is respect. Respect for everything, everybody. And then another one is responsibility. Doing the right thing, especially when someone is not looking.
Yeah, that's a great saying,
finally,
isn't it?
Finally, there's empathy. Empathetic leadership. And for each of these, I give examples throughout history, currently. For example, the one for empathy, I list Pope Francis for empathy. The one on communication, I talk about Abraham Lincoln as being a great speaker. The one on vision, I pick Elon Musk to do that. Then I go into ways you can actually develop each of these traits. And that's pretty much the way the book is. I look at it, and I'm using it in a course I'm teaching at UCSD now as far as promoting leadership in sustainable development, which, by the way, sustainable development is development which meets the needs of the present without jeopardizing the ability of future generations to meet their needs. And so everything goes from there.
And sustainability development is the levels of environmental products that are reuse, the platinum building, the LEED certified, is that sustainable development? It
includes those elements. There's such a thing called the triple bottom line, which consists of the environment, economics, and social equity. These are the 3 elements of sustainability. And practically with regard to the environment, the things we look at most are, number 1, energy, which I've had most of my background in.
Right.
Number 2, water. And number 3, waste management. So many issues in sustainability go back to these elements. Climate change, it's a matter of energy right there, the way we use energy. And that was one of the motivating factors for writing the book, by the way, when I saw so many people would not accept the fact that the climate is changing. What's more, we as human beings are causing it.
Yeah, and climate change being such a hot topic. So our viewers that are interested in green jobs and the environment and helping the environment and climate change as a reality. But we have to earn a living. And so often we find people that they work hard in their hobby, which is the environment, and have a career that bores them and they're unexcited about. Let's talk about how people that are excited about the environment and sustainability and clean air and all that umbrella. What career paths are available to people that are interested in this field?
Many more than I would have thought even 10 or 15 years ago. When people see a job listed as a planner or a manager or a developer in business, that job can be made one to apply green techniques, if you will. I'll give you an example. There's an individual, he's passed away now, named Ray Anderson. He was the CEO of Interface Carpet, one of the better carpet manufacturers in currently. And he was sitting reading a book one day. The book was called The Ecology of Commerce, which actually treats how much the environment depends on it being economic. Right there, he decided to make his company a model of sustainability. He was a CEO which had nothing to do with sustainability before that. My point is, there are so many positions out there, going from a beginning planner to a manager of people dealing with energy, water, or waste management, toward a CEO wanting to have his company become sustainable. A lot of jobs that I didn't used to think had the opportunity for sustainability, they do now. In fact, I used to talk to my students and ask them their majors. They might have majored in environmental studies, or they might have majored in sustainability. And I'd stop because, gosh, I'm not sure there are opportunities. As I've done this and as I proceed, and especially in the last 2 years with all of the weather events we had last year and this year.
Fires, floods, tsunamis, all the above?
All those can some way be related. Maybe not be caused by climate change, but certainly they're enhanced by climate change. And so I see so many opportunities now. I'm glad to see things that I've believed in for 35 years. Now the rest of society, I believe, is taking it seriously.
So one of the ideas, our takeaways here, is whatever your job is or your career path, bring sustainability or a concern about the environment into that job.
You can.
And we might all be surprised how much we can start recycling at our company, start water recycling, all sorts of ideas that may not cost a lot of money but could make a big difference.
Certainly.
In our current career. We're a lawyer.
Yeah.
You don't have to go into environmental law, but you could make your law firm more environmentally sensitive.
Exactly.
Right?
There's two of our congressmen locally, I happen to know they're environmental attorneys. And I'm looking forward to the things they're going to be doing this year, because they're going in to Congress with the mindset on clean air, clean water, climate change, the issues I think they're important. And as sure as we're sitting here, I see society going in a direction where people are saying that is important. And I want to find out what I can do to advance this in the future.
And I think we're finding employees that want to work at companies, especially our dear millennials, want to work at companies that care about the environment and care about sustainability, whatever their product is at the company, like your carpet manufacturing company, right? I mean, hopefully they attract a great cadre of workers who care about that issue, and that management made that change.
And I think we as human beings, in fact, I know we as human beings are all want to do something meaningful. And when you think about it, there are few issues that are as meaningful as the environment, things where we can do to support our families. That's the economics portion. Social equity, how we treat people. Look at the issues of social equity right now: poverty, homelessness, social justice, environmental justice. And I mentioned these because actually I'm writing another book on leadership in social equity, because that is a sustainable development issue. A lot of people aren't aware of it, but the civil war in Syria is an issue where sustainable development did not occur. They had a drought there, they lost jobs, they didn't have enough to eat, they eventually got upset by it, and so they revolted. That is one of the root causes of the Syrian civil war.
So rather than looking for careers that are specifically in sustainability or in green jobs, as we call them as laymen, let's talk about taking every career, no matter what we're passionate about, and studying, and bring sustainability into that career, which is an open possibility, right? And just make it happen without the degree.
It's a very real possibility. The interesting thing about sustainable development, sustainability, if you will, is that read the newspaper, read books. There's so much literature. There's an article every day now on climate change. Didn't used to be that way. I've been doing this long enough to feel like I was one of my previous jobs at the electric company. I managed the energy auditors, and we were required to do energy audits, and it was forced on us. Now, people are doing energy audits.
Legislatively or
by the California Public Utilities Commission.
Okay.
We have to do
PUC.
these things. Now, people do them because they means you can save money doing that. The whole thing with solar energy, wind power, all of these issues are becoming real, and people are beginning to realize that.
So getting a certificate in sustainability at UCSD is extension is a way to learn how to bring what you care passionately about in the environment and climate change into your whatever your career path is.
It's a great introduction. We set the program, I think, 7 or 8 years ago, and I was on the board that put this together. And we developed several courses which I thought would give a good introduction to these. And the first of these is Introduction to Sustainability. That's one of the courses that we're still using. Then we had a course on environmental economics, because regardless of how passionate we feel about these issues, unless you can show that people are going to save money or actually make money by doing them, it's not going to fly.
Yeah.
And one of the issues with climate change is we are in for losing economics if we don't pay attention to these issues. But anyway, these issues are meant, these courses are meant to give a good introduction, a good overview of sustainable development, where somebody can go out. In fact, the motivation for this course was at the UC system, UC San Diego. They found a lot of the students, and you're probably aware of it, there's a difference between the UC system and the state system in California. You go to San Diego State, Sacramento State, you get a degree in accounting, engineering, or marketing, you're able to go out and get a job right away. In the UC system, they train people professionals. You get a PhD in economics maybe, or go to med school. And we're looking for some courses which would actually help people to go out and step into industry and become a planner, become somebody who develops environmental programs for a company. And all companies right now are finding it's to their benefit to act environmentally responsibly.
Well, good. Bob, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure.
It's always reassuring to find that we can find a career path we're passionate about and earn a living at it at the same time. But we may have to evolve into that. You may have to take these classes. You may have to see how you fit in, how you can bring it to your current company. Thank you for joining us at Job One here at UCSD TV, and we look forward to seeing you at our next segment. Thank you.